Saucony swapped the foam, dropped the weight, and fixed the upper. The Triumph 24 is the best version of the series yet, but I still don't reach for it. The Triumph 24 is Saucony's flagship neutral daily trainer, and they've swapped out the foam to IncrediLUX. This is a brand new foam and it's a lot lighter now. It's so much more responsive, it's bouncier. It's actually quite fun to run in now. It has a taller stack and it costs $10 more than last year. Is it worth that $10 increase? Well, you're about to find out. Stick around, let's get into it. Okay, kicking off with the key specifications. They cost $170 and you'll be able to pick up a pair on June the 1st. I'll let you know by the end of this review if I believe they're worth that price tag. They weigh 8.6 ounces or 244 grams. That's for size US men's 9, my pair. They have a 10mm drop. That's 43mm at the heel and 33mm under the forefoot. The upper's using a breathable engineered mesh with a really plush, secure fit. It's actually quite similar to the previous version, but it just seems refined somehow. The midsole's using that brand new IncrediLUX foam, new for this version, and it's new to Saucony this year. Also features on the brand new Hurricane 26. The outsole's using classic XT900 rubber compound with some areas of exposed foam in the middle of the shoe. That just helps the shoe itself flex, but also it drops the overall weight of the shoe. There's not a huge amount of ground contact in that area, so even though it's less durable, I'm not concerned. When it comes to sizing and fit, they're very much true to size. Go with your usual US size and you should be really happy. If you've been running in a previous version, this actually feels more voluminous. There's a little bit more room in there now, so I think overall a lot of people are gonna really like that. Maybe not those who have really narrow feet, but overall, I think the extra width just makes this feel so much more airier and just more comfortable on the run. There's tons of padding around the collars, the heel counter, which is still articulated, love this. You get a really nice heel lock, but it doesn't put too much pressure on your Achilles. Some people do have sensitive Achilles. If you've had Achilles tendonitis in the past, then you're gonna love a heel counter like this. It's just gonna feel great. Also, the tongue's got tons of padding on there, super comfortable, and you don't get any lace bite from doing these up really nice and tight. Midfoot lockdown is very good too. If you're enjoying this review so far, you like what I'm putting out, then please, please, please like the video. Really appreciate it when you guys do that. And subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell and I'll see you on the next shoe review. And if you've had any experience running in these, I want to hear it. Please put it in the comments down below. That's really going to help me understand how you've been using it, whether or not you've been enjoying it, or if you've been hating it. All this information is really going to help anyone who visits this channel decide whether or not these shoes are going to be their next neutral daily trainer. So put as much info as you can, please. All right, let's move on to my performance review. I'm going to start by talking about the midsole and the ride experience of this shoe. So the Triumph 24 definitely has a different feel underfoot now. That's going to be a good thing for a lot of people, but not for those who absolutely loved the previous version. Full disclosure, I didn't really like the previous version. I just never have really got on with the Triumph series. The main reason for it is the high drop. I just don't like running in high drops. Just makes my knees feel a little bit achy because it's really not biomechanically sound. It's kind of putting too much pressure on my knees when I'm running because my foot's forward and it just disjoints everything in the chain for me. But a lot of people love it because it puts their heel down first, and if you've got all the cushioning under there in a higher drop, then you're going to get a really nice soft cushioned and protective landing. So for heavier runners or anyone who heel strikes heavy, you are really going to like higher drops and a really nice soft midsole to land into. And that's where this one does better for me. It's a softer foam now, so it does have a different ride completely, in my opinion. But it is still supportive and it's more responsive now. It feels more fun to run in, it's bouncier, more poppier, and I'm getting more propulsion and enjoyment on the run. None of that gets rid of the fact there's still a 10mm drop. So for me, it's just not a shoe for me, but I know a lot of people will like this one. The weight has dropped down from 10 ounces to 8.6 ounces, which is considerable. That's a lot. That's over 10%. And I really feel it on the run. It just feels more agile now. It feels less like I've got a block on my foot. And it just feels more like a normal neutral daily trainer to me. Even though you've still got that massive stack and cushioning underfoot, it just feels more agile and more enjoyable to run in. It's still not a tempo running shoe, and it doesn't do that great if you do want to pick up the pace. This is for longer runs, recovery runs, or just bagging base mileage. Also, I think people who want a walking shoe, a lifestyle shoe for standing around all day or just going for long walks, walking a dog, that kind of stuff. This is really good. It kind of competes with the Hoka Bondi 9 and Clifton 10, those types of shoes. It's very similar to those, and I think a lot of people across the board, all kinds of ages and all kinds of uses, are going to get a lot out of this shoe. So if you are looking for a tempo shoe, the best one from Saucony is definitely the Endorphin Speed 5. Absolutely love that shoe. The upper is now a lot more breathable than the previous version. That was something I flagged on that one. It's so much more airy now, and I don't feel like my feet are overheating running in the Florida heat. So that's a huge benefit for me, and it will be for other people. And also, talking about the upper, I have to say just how comfortable it is to slip your feet into. There's tons of padding around the collars, the heel counter, and the tongue. It's just like stepping into a cloud. So if you can imagine wearing this all day for work as well, you're going to get those benefits of a super soft upper and breathable, nice airy interior as well. And then the outsole is using that XT900 rubber compound. It's incredibly durable. I absolutely love this compound. It's one of my favorite ones in any brand right now for the road shoes segment. Super durable, so it's going to last a long time. I do wish there was a little bit more coverage, but on the plus side, leaving this section in the midfoot blank does actually mean you get a really nice easy flex, which is great for a daily trainer. You don't want to be struggling to flex a shoe because then you're overworking your arch and your muscles, and you're going to pick up some overuse injuries because of it. It also makes the shoe lighter. I've discussed the fact I don't really like high drops. So here's the other problem with this shoe, and it's basically the squeaky noise. It's a little bit squeaky on the run, can be a little bit embarrassing. This does improve with time as you wear them in. I'm going to demonstrate it now so you can hear what I'm talking about. Bear in mind, I did that right by the microphone, so it's probably going to sound a lot louder than it actually is. But it's noticeable on the run. It's not coming from the midsole. It's literally coming from this insert or insole rubbing on the top of that midsole. So I've taken this out, and now I'm going to flex it. Squeak is gone. So ways you can fix it is maybe sand this down a little bit so it's less, I don't know, grippy, or there's less friction between the two. Or you could also just stick it down so it doesn't move counter to the midsole. That should stop the squeaking, but you shouldn't have to do that. So I'm not sure why this is really happening. I'm not sure how that got past quality control. Now, if you're wondering where these feature on my best Max Cushion Daily Trainers roundup, well, follow that link up there. That will take you to that roundup with all my favorite ones right now. So if you are in the market for a cushion daily trainer, a neutral one, then I highly recommend checking that out. That's going to help point you to the right ones for you. Well, it's time for my final verdict. Are they worth $170? Yes, I think these ones are definitely for the right person. Not for me. I just don't like drops that go beyond 10mm. It's just too much for me. It doesn't work for my biomechanics or how I like to run. But a lot of people do love them. And this is one of those really, really nicely cushioned neutral daily trainers. So if you don't overpronate, then this is really the shoe you want to go for if you want that cushioning and protection underfoot. Heavier runners are going to love it. Pace range, this is that mid-pace running shoe for going longer distances and slowing down a bit. If you do need a recovery shoe, this is that kind of shoe. But also, if you want a lifestyle shoe that's supportive enough in the upper, it's soft, it's very cushioned and protective underfoot, and you like how they look, then definitely go for these. They compete with the Bondi and the Clifton from Hoka really, really well, and yeah, it's an excellent alternative. So if that sounds like something you're after, definitely give them a go. If I missed something in this review, or you've got a question specific to how you plan to use these, just drop it in the comments. I reply to everyone, so your time will not be wasted. Well, that's it for me. If you enjoyed the review, please like it and make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is your second chance. Hit that notification bell and I'll see you on the next review. Peace.